Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Galactic Civilizations 4 and our playthrough as the Xendar Brood, picking up where we left off. I think we were in a pretty good spot. We're building up some kind of a military here. We've got a battleship. We've got AC huntsmen, bunch of regular huntsmen. These are not our latest design. Might be worth to upgrade these boys. And let's not wait. Just go ahead and put them all. These are anti-carriers. I don't think we have to worry about the Terrans right this minute. If we have a look, it's really the Luxar that we're worried about going to war with us. They are very strong. They have a large number of ships. They're really pissed with us for whatever reason. Let's speak to them. Give me a trade proposal. Any treaties you would like? No. Huh. But we should be producing some anti-Lux ships. Yeah, we've got some anti-Lux ships. And along with this new update that they've just recently dropped, our good friends at Startup, they've also released a whole bunch of information about the game and the game's systems. It's actually quite interesting to read. However, nothing that we didn't already figure out. But we will go ahead and go back into our ship designs and make a few alterations based on what we are going to be up against. A whole bunch of fighters. Cruisers are probably the biggest threat, and if we have a look here, they've got no armor, they've got a little bit of shielding, and mostly we're looking at missile attacks on this particular class of cruiser. Keep that in mind. Got some corvettes, a bunch of siege frigates, more cruisers, a slightly better class of cruiser. These guys, they've got nano repair clouds, extra range, no shield. Huge armor on these bad boys. 31. Ah, okay. They've got a couple different designs of cruisers going here, which is very interesting. Let's see these guys. These guys look like a little bit stronger. No armor, 15 shields, missiles, and kinetics. Okie dokie. What else you got for us? Aside from that one group of cruisers that had some pretty decent shields, I don't really see anything else. But you see how many ships they actually have? This is an insane amount of tonnage that they are able to field here. It just keeps going, this list. Just these, I think, are the latest designs. The Theron rays that will cause us a bit of problems. Only 15 shields, mostly missiles, and beams to be contended with. Okie dokies. Okie dokies. All of that taken on board and taken in. We're going to actually dive back in here because I believe we're doing Huntsman Luxes, and we may be able to tweak this design just a little bit based off of what we have seen. So let's start a new design. Show my previous designs. Go in for the Lux. We'll be right back with you. I should have actually seen what they were targeting. Okie dokies. As you see, our armor rating on this particular ship is 20.3 and a shield strength of 14.3. That's pretty good, but all of their ships are pretty much designed to be extremely efficient against armors. I think we want to lean more in the direction of shielding. We could maybe free up some mass that way, but let's have a check. We also know that they have some missile defenses, so we'll probably strip out missiles if we had them. We don't, so that's already pretty good. Oh no, we do. Get rid of those Avengers. Don't need them. Let's go in for, I guess, plasma pods would be the best. Our beam attacks is where we were sort of focusing. Blue on disintegrators over plasma pods. Hang on, let's strip out all the weaponry. Leave in the shattering pulse. Leave in the webs because spiders. Take out all of this stuff. We've got a lot to play around with here, but we do want a bit better shields. We can maybe go in for a bit more barrier fields. Take our shield strength up to 40. Pretty decent. I still wouldn't mind having armor, but let's get in some weaponry. Plasma pods. 2, 3, 4. 4 plasma pods for a total beam attack of 36. That's pretty decent. But what if we went in with the gluon disintegrators? Beam attack of 42 if we stacked 6 instead of the 4 plasma pods. So that all works out. And we'll see if this is a little bit more effective. Now, we don't have any armor to speak of, and the AI will have more HP than us. So I actually think that it may be an idea to still throw in diamonics. And then we should be able to outlast our opponents. Unfortunately, we can't really get any other weaponry in there. And I'm not happy with just having 4. Even though we do have a beam attack 30, we don't actually have any other backup. So I may just go in for equal or slightly better shield strength than them. Some decent armor. And as much as I would like to stack the beams, I'm also going to throw in at least... I'm just going to go in with the beams. Throw in a plasma pod. This will be the new design until we have some future tech. Go ahead and save it. Huntsman, Lux, overwrite. Yes, thank you. Done. This hopefully carry us through this next set of combat. Now, if we have any ships that need to be updated, let's go ahead and do that. I think all of these guys can be updated. Let's refit them as we have a little bit of a bank. And I'm so confident that this war is coming. I would very much like to be ready when it lands. They have overwhelming numbers and we will not be able to afford any losses. Any other upgrades that we can get here? Yes, in fact, most of these. Move them out. What are we down to? 1,581. Plus we're bleeding cash pretty heavily. So we don't want to go too crazy. We also should be doing these refits close to our shipyard as we get a bonus. Or at least it'll take only 1 turn. The closer you are to your shipyard. Okay. That will have to do for now. It's the state of our military base. We'll wait until the war is actually declared. Should it be declared? You know, for all we know, it may not be. Got a couple Luxes over here, which is good. Defenses are up. Okay. Fly ships being produced. No. All military from here on out. All right. Now, it has been a while since we've continued this playthrough. So let's see what the state of our colony is. Looks like we're just producing cash, which is fine. I don't see anything that we need to build. Really, the Gigamass Obelisk would be good, but it's a lot of extra pollution. We don't really have a way to deal with it, but being able to actually get the Gigamass down wouldn't even be that big a boost to our research, so we'll hold off on that. You know what? Let's just send it forward and see what happens. You have Galactic Propaganda coming down for more influence growth, and hopefully we'll be able to at least match the AI. There we got our Huntsman Lux are on line. Let's go ahead and make the Armada. Now, they may have numbers, but our fleet will be state-of-the-art. It will be extremely dangerous, I assume. 13 turns. I don't think we want that. Maybe we would like a class of frigate that we can produce from this world here instead of just pumping out supply ships to help this world do whatever it is it's doing. Nothing too important. And if we can use this shipyard to produce just like some frigates for us, that would be good. We're going to design a frigate. We'll get right back to you. Alrighty, here is our frigate design. It is the Widow class. As you see here, we've got a beam attack of 36, almost matching our cruisers, but we've given up quite a lot in the way of armor. We do have a little bit of shield strength, 14.3. We've got our E-webs in there because spiders and also Theron rays, and these are just nice little gunships to hunt some other ships down. We'll get those out in 9 turns. We might be able to crack a few of them out of this shipyard. Now, how are we looking on our influence starbases? You know, I think they're okay. Anything we need to do down here? No. Have a look at our empire. Really happy. Everybody's super happy. That's great. Let's keep it going. Now, since we haven't played this file in a while, we'll probably have forgotten what our train of thought is and what we were aiming to do and all of the other stuff that we had lined up. But we'll just kind of make it up as we go along. More supply ships out of Hector. Doing a core tap. That actually is fine. There's our latest Huntsman design. Let's keep it going. Okay. As for this planet, not really, just not a whole lot that we really want this planet to do for us. It has some good token research. I mean, it's a world. It has some manufacturing. I could make everybody manufacturers, but it's not going to add a whole lot to our production here. But I guess every little bit helps if it helps get out these widows a bit faster. Maybe we will train them up as workers. And that helps out a little bit. At the cost of some science, it must be said, but you know, what are you going to do? Flagship captain reports the discovery of a lost cargo container floating in space. Upon investigation, it appears to contain a rare and valuable engine upgrade. Star drive module. Now we're going to just sell those for a bit of cash. There's an extension matrix that we will keep. Free extension matrix, always good. A drifting Honorian capsule. An advanced precursor device. A large research boost. Yeah, give me that large research boost. That'll finish off galactic propaganda, getting us even more influence growth. And I think shield regeneration may be good. I do like the idea of an extra 10% on our beam attacks, but I do think we have finished with all the beam weapons that we're likely to get, as everything else will cost some amount of Illyrium, and we just don't have it. So of all of these three choices here, I think shield regeneration probably best. And on this world, we still need something. Just keep doing this. The Korath clan have been destroyed. That is understood. Thank you very much. We have no choice. Broodlord Sarvok, we have to surrender to the Archean Republic. You have been good to us in the past. Thank you very much. And there it is. We are at war with the Luxar. You have made a fatal mistake, Luxar. And that can mean some very bad things for us. Now, we were given a bunch of territory, allegedly. I don't see anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and say they didn't give us anything. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. There may be a probe or something somewhere that is now ours. But we're at war with the Luxar. And, we've updated our designs and everything. We're as prepared as we're going to be. We will need to make sure this starbase stays defended and our shipyard stays defended. Our planet, not as important. Let's move that out. Let's actually get all of you boys in there. Let's get you in there. Let's have you guys hang out back this way. Leave a token garrison there. More ships will come up before this war is on. That will have to do. Now, before the Luxar comes screaming in and start blowing up all of my stuff, what I will do is recall all of these ships before they get picked off. We would like to defend the shipyard if possible, and this military starbase. Very important points. I don't know if we want a military starbase around Serene. It really isn't that important. No, I don't think we do. We do have a couple ships here. Maybe with a bit of luck can hold out and defend this shipyard while we print widows. But we'll see how long it takes for the Luxar to actually mount this assault. I don't expect it will take that long. But this will be a great chance to talk about how combat works in Gal Civ 4. Once again, as soon as we see some of their ships coming in, I think our designs are good enough. They're going to be good enough. I'm just going to say they're going to be good enough. Let's save that ship if we can. We should probably swap around our stuff to being on a war footing. The Terran Alliance have built the AI Overseer Galactic Achievement. Good for them. Let's rip out economic development, security lights, and maybe Heart of the Empire. We'll see. We'll see. Now, at the early start of this war, we could probably use shipyard stimulus to help get our ships a bit faster. We probably would like defensive measures for an extra 20%. It does come at the cost of some ship range, but we aren't really worried about that too much. So I actually will go ahead and put that in defensive measures. We could throw in prototype defenses as well as starship specifications, but I think we're okay with this for now. Yes. Biologists sanctified by the Natural League have discovered an agent that will dramatically increase the reproduction rate on Hector 1 because they feel that only greatly boosted organic birth rates will be enough to prevent synthetic life from overwhelming the galaxy. They intend to distribute this new agent widely, perhaps even by force. What are your orders? We can allow the Natural League to do this madness for +1 Natural League citizen approval, plus an extra 50% growth for 100 months. Give it to only those that wanted 25 growth. I'm just gonna let everybody who wants it take it. I'm not gonna force it down anybody's throat. We do have our diplomat back, and we will assign them with somebody who doesn't really like us. We don't really want to go to war with the Archeans ever, at all, if at all possible. Let's go ahead and pressure the scientists. That should hopefully mean that shield regeneration will be finished. I don't see anything else we need to do just yet while we wait. Come on, bring it. And there it is, shield regeneration. Let's go ahead and pick our next technology. Now, interstellar resupply doctrine for an extra 12 logistics does mean we will have some very thick fleets. However, I think that's the best we can do. 6 turns until we get that. We continue to wait for the hammer. Another huntsman there. How long are the widows taking on this? 10 turns for widows. Oof, big oof. Nothing for it. They might be able to get out 1 or 2 for us. We will have to wait and see. Balls in your court, Lux. There they are. Hello. Okay, we have some, looks like some hunter-killer fleets. Here, no siege ships just yet. They are 44 fleet supply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cruisers and a frigate. Alright. I think this actual shipyard has to be given up, unfortunately. I may try to run away with this constructor, as it may be useful later on if I decide to push out in defense arena once we have parried this initial threat coming in here. Now, we will upgrade our starbase defenses a wee bit, little bit. You know, let's get the Xenon defenses, a fortification module, starbase defenses. Maybe we want advanced defenses as well. I think we can afford that. That is a fairly well defended starbase. We'll do the same over here. Xelon. Oh, shoot. We burned through all of our Durantium. Whoopsies. Durantium is extremely expensive, is it not? It is. Okay, then. Now, do we want widows or Lux out of Hector Shipyard? Hector Shipyard probably isn't going to live very long. Let's just try to get out some widows. Military advisor has come by an inoperable ancient relic. Well done, him. We can start a mission to survey anomalies. We may be able to get that done. Keep sending this guy out. Yeah, we're going to lose this shipyard. Probably that shipyard over there. Should we sally out? We may be able to sally out a little bit. Buy some time for the shipyard. This is a no casualty fight. Apparently, we'll take it. We don't want to go out too far. 15 movement on those guys. We have 8 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We may be able to strike out and duck back in. Did cost us a ship, but that is okay. Oh, okay, never mind. They have got quite a lot. They're putting siege. A shipyard goes down. Yeah, they've got a lot of ships. Oh my goodness. We gonna lose this? I don't think so. No. It's not gonna go down like that, guys. Trust. Light casualties, that is not good enough. We missing some HP on a ship here? Probably. That guy's a bit hurt. That guy's really hurt. We'll send him back. Unlikely he's gonna be able to help us out. Time on this 1 month. Orbital bombardment, you monsters. Get out of here. I hate it. It has to be done, but the siege must be stopped. Did cost them a ship with our beam attack. We got a couple ships off of them. That's nice, and we'll stay here and defend. These guys, we'll see what they do. I'm tempted to take my fleets out, but we don't actually have that many ships. We really don't. I mean, we're pushing them out as quick as we can, but until we have a fair few fleets, we're just gonna have to defend for a bit. The Manti exploration vessel is floating among the wreckage here. Some of its crews are still alive and claim they were set upon by pirates. We could build a Manti birthing pool, I suppose. We could do that. Our flagship finds a derelict mining drone drifting aimlessly in space. Give me the Durantium, as we can use that immediately for fortifications modules. Get that installed. What are you guys gonna do? I don't see any other Luxar ships. We have a ship hanging out here. I don't actually want these guys blowing up all of my infrastructure. We'll take my 8 cruisers on a no casualty trip. Light casualties, unacceptable. We blast them with our beams. From 0 to 238 damage. If we're lucky, we'll strip them of a ship. Does not seem like we were lucky, which is unfortunate. We'll bring up our other fleet. 0 to 222. That did get a couple ships off of them. Now we have a no casualty fight. We accept. Duck back in. Many ships are on this station. They still haven't patched this. I really wish that they would. Come on, game. You're gonna make me do this one at a time. Are you kidding me? Everybody out. Everybody out. You go in. You guys go in. You... Okay. Bring them back. We got them. We got everybody in. Oof. Okay. So what do we have left? Nothing. We've got these ships to deal with. Let's unbox everybody. We're gonna fly up on them. Zap them with the beams. 129 damage. Still probably enough to take out a cruiser if we roll pretty well. Their cruisers have 100 damage. But we're not basing our strategy around that, however. Another no casualty fight. I will accept. These are probably older models. And we don't really have a lot in the way of defenses down here. I may have to send a fleet. We cannot lose Hector 1. It is all of our research. So I will, in fact... Who do I send is the question. We'll send 8 of our finest and bravest down to Hector 1 to assist with defense. Okie dokies. Just... Oh, wow. I've got quite a few ships coming. Your flagship has come across ancient plans for a semi-sentient AI designed to monitor and reduce crime. Normally, I would use this, but we are going to need a huge amount of cash, and that Illyrium could prove very valuable. Plus the precursor nanites. I think we'll take the Illyrium. Because Illyrium should be selling very well. We can sell each Illyrium for 248 cash. And when the precursor nanites come around, we can definitely use those. Now, we did see a massive amount of ships coming in here. You, AC Huntsman. I wonder if we can get you upgraded in time. Let's try. Let's refit you into a Lux. Every ship counts. And let's just sell off one Illyrium. We'll leave you guys in the safety of this ring here. That's where we want to take every single fight, if at all possible. You are also a huntsman. I will try to get you retrofitted in time. And I'll sell off one more Illyrium to fund it. Okay, you guys stay back. Could move them forward, I suppose. I think we just chill here. 3 more months until we can add in a couple more cruisers to our fleet. And we wait. Let's see if we get these upgrades. That'll be nice. I don't think this guy is going to live, but maybe he'll function as a distraction. Send him up. Oh. No casualty fight right here. I love that. That's good to see. Unfortunately, they will not allow our ship to be upgraded. Actually, they will. It looks like they've actually went into siege. We do have a moderate casualty fight at our stronghold here. We still survive. It's at our shipyard. And unfortunately, they will bring down a bunch of my infrastructure. Not much that we can do about that. However, we will make them pay for this overextension here. We are going to absolutely farm these guys. Light casualties back at our starbase. We have reinforcements coming. Yeah, I didn't think that would survive. The Eternal Clones Union have built the Gigamass, but we did annex a planet, Giga-ass, and we need to sort this problem out right now. Okay, what do we have? What are we working with here? All of our ships got to level up. That's great. I think what we want is just HP, HP, HP. I'm kind of interested in the Diablo Catalyst and the Extension Matrix on this ship as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that at least. Everybody else can get HP. HP. I kind of like the stealth field for the unyielding will. How much evasion do you already have? 26? You know what? Throw it on there. That'll get your evasion up to 26. I'm sure it'll take effect somewhere. somewhere. So what exactly are we dealing with here? We've got a siege going down, a 9th-month siege on Silk Spire, 5 months, 8 months, and 4 months. Okay, we don't really have a rush. Would like to take no casualties when and where possible. Also, where are all of your ships? Kind of a priority target over here as well. There's so many of them. Overwhelming numbers. And I don't like the idea of these light casualties at all. Alright, well, we got 2 fleets to work with. You guys are heading over to Hector. Hopefully you'll make it. Okay. Don't have to worry about the guys sieging. I would like to trap as many of these guys as possible. Maybe we start here at the edges. Everything is the light casualties. That's a no casualty fight. These aren't even their good cruisers. Where are their good cruisers? Alrighty. Well, we'll take the no casualty fight. Let's go ahead and watch the battle. Cinema. And we'll talk about how combat works in Gal Civ. Give me HUDs. Alright. Shields holding. Mostly our beams are doing pretty good work. Little bit of damage, but the repair clouds should buff that out. We actually take very, very little damage there, which is great to see. Very nice. 8 damage overall. So, quick primer on how combat works in Gal Civ. So the enemy gets to attack first because they have missile and they also have a bit of extra range on all of their weapons. So of course their weapons get into range first. So of course they get a free turn. However, on the left we have attackers, the names of the ships, the class of the ships, the weapon that they're firing, their chance to hit with those weapons, which is impressive. Their missiles have a 92% chance to hit, and the maximum range of the weapon and how often those weapons fire. On the right side, you've got the defender statistics, names of the targets, the distance that those targets are at, and then from here are all of your combat checks. So we've got evasion. If you have, let's say, 25% chance to evade, and you evade, no damage gets through, all damage is cancelled by evasion. After which, you'll have your shielding. We'll talk about how shielding works in a second, but if you've not got shields, then it goes through to armor. Armor mitigates damage. We'll talk about how that works. And then, of course, you'll have the final damage done. Now, all of these missiles here have an attack of 0 at the moment. That's because we have anti-missile defenses, which means they have a -20 on their missile attacks. -20 is, of course, greater than 16 here, so their missiles are completely negated for some little while, although these guys have got quite a lot of extra damage. In the case of these missile boats here, -20 from 28 leaves a total damage potential of 8.8. That means they can roll anywhere between 0 and 8.8 here. They've all seem to have rolled ones for whatever reason. So 1 damage goes through all of the other checks. And then the same could be said for the beams. You always have a maximum potential. And let's say you've got 19 beam weapons on one ship. That all counts. All of those 19 beams counts towards 1 potential damage, which is calculated every time beam weapons fire. So you'll get 1 volley of those beams for a total potential of 19. For example, they rolled a 9 here. All those checks go through. We did not evade. They actually hit with their 90% chance. It gets absorbed by our shields. Now, there is a formula for how shields get degraded with every hit. Mostly, if you're going up against shields or ships with very high shields, you are going to want to have high damage potential. That is the quickest way to overcome shields. Big damage numbers. If you're up against ships with armors, every time you hit armor, the total armor integrity gets degraded by 5%. Every hit. So you want volume of fire if you're going up against armor. So every time we hit the armor, its maximum armor and damage mitigation of 27.5 goes down by 5% until such point that you are then starting to deal damage to the hull because your damage is greater than the armor. And so on and so forth all the way down the line until somebody is dead. Our ships are actually very effective against theirs. However, they just have quite a ludicrous number of ships. This is fairly silly. We do want to make sure this stays defended, giving us the bonus in this ring. but let's try to maybe use our beams to pick off other guys. 0 to 256. We need to really be rolling well. We got one ship down. It's still light casualties and no real rush to take this fight, in all honesty. Let's go over here and zap these boys. Cost them a lot of ships. Still light casualties. And I'm a little bit worried it's because of the anvil here. Unfortunately, I don't really want to take any chances of losing the anvil. These guys are kind of liabilities. These two ships, we don't really need them. Defend this. Really don't want to commit unless I absolutely have to. A couple free cruisers over there. Can we strike them? 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can make that hit. 2 free ships. No damage to ourselves. We'll face check these guys. No casualty fight. We'll take that as well. Liberate Silkspire on our way home. That'll do. That'll do. It won't let us back into port for some reason. But, as the good book said, 2 by 2 gets us there. Or maybe not. 1 by 1. You can absolutely fit that ship in there. You can absolutely fit that ship in there. You know what, game? Why? Look, 42 plus 6. What is 42 plus 6? 48, game. 48 is less than 60. The ship could go in here. Why won't Stardock fix this? Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Oh, I am okay with this. I am okay with this. We'll figure out a way. For whatever reason, it just refuses to let that one ship in there. He's really, really sad. He's so upset. You know what I'm actually going to do with this ship is just try to get him out of there. Screw it. One less ship in the defense. Who cares? Am I right? Sure, my empire's burning. But you know what? Who cares? I don't care. Okay, boys. They continue to wipe out all of my stuff. All of my influence engine. But that's okay. Absolutely fine with me. Now, as usual, I want to keep that shipyard defended, crank out as many as we can, and try to make do with what we have here. 1 more month, we'll be able to stack some more ships, so we're going to hold out for that. Fly in, give them the beams, give them the missiles, give them the missiles from the starbase. Still says light casualties. Don't enjoy that. This fleet a lot weaker than I would have thought. Being backed up by the Heart of Conquest, the Anvil, and all of the extra evasion. Plus these are all Lux, except for this one Huntsman over here, the AC Huntsman. But okay. Light casualties might be worth it. But we still have some turns until these get flipped. So, god damn it. I can't with this game and this stupid bug. Really annoying. Just fit the last ship in. It has space. Weaken my entire defense. Alright. Now, defending around our starbase, I will take because we do get a bonus for fighting at our starbase. It's not as good as fighting here, but it's still something. We'll take light casualties, the odd ship. If they want to attack us, fine. But if I can avoid light casualties and go for no casualties, I will. Just because we're that hard up against it. However, an extra plus 12 logistics does mean an extra 2 cruisers in our fleets. Also, more shield augmentation will be good. Very welcome. We can send help to Hector 1 at the cost of some treasury. I think it's going to be their problem to deal with, unfortunately. And we continue to hold best we can. Okay. And we're up to a total of 64. Whether or not we're actually going to be able to get all of those numbers together, that's a different story. Alright, fly down here. For the moment, though, let's just keep bringing them down, ship at a time, till we get no casualties. Take that fight. Excellent. Little bit of damage on our ships. This is fine. How are you guys doing? Light casualty fight over here. 2 months on that. We can still hold off a little bit. You go there. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad every time I do it. The game is just like, nope. Won't let you do it. Won't let you do it. There are no ships in this station, but I can't park my one ship in there. I don't even know what causes this. I don't even know what this bug is about. I can't park any ships in this shipyard this turn, apparently. Now, Just take this no fight. No casualty fight. Screw it. Screw it. Get these guys off my doorstep. Try futilely to fit my ships inside of a shipyard that totally has space for ships. Fine. Park them on the planet instead if they blow up my shipyard. Whatever. Are we looking over here? Fairly well defended. Could prefer to have more ships over here. Okay. And we hold. Oof. Looks like the Eternal Clones are under assault as well. And I bet that's from the Luxar. Take a look at the wars. Yeah, the Eternal Clones are also at war with the Luxar. That's nice. We have a little bit of a buffer zone. But I don't think we're going to be able to go to the rescue anytime soon. What other wars have we got going on? Okay, the Archeans are at war with the Iconian Refuge and the corporate sector. And I think that is it. That is all of the wars at the moment. So, Luxor, we have brought down their ships just a little bit. The Iconians, the Archeans are very strong. The corporate sector are getting bullied. The clones have no ships. So, yeah. Very likely about to see the Luxar expand a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. As long as we can keep taking these very favorable trades, we are printing ships fast enough to hopefully replenish those losses. And maybe we need to do something more drastic. We can spit out ships a lot faster at the cost of approval. Thing is, approval's not so great at the moment that I'm willing to just sacrifice it. Maybe I should turn over to a military focus, an extra 25% to military, so that we can try to pump out these ships a little bit faster. But we hold. Let's see what else they have to toss at us. All right, we get a free turn free of aggression. Fortunately, not a lot has happened, but it does mean another turn closer to more shield on our shield strength, which would be great. But I think that's where we're going to have to end this episode as we just get into the war with the Luxor and see if we can hold. Now, actually having all of our ships get blowed up, all of our space stations, does mean that our influence has tanked. Silkspire, which used to have a ridiculous amount of influence, has now gone down to 73, which I think even pales in comparison to, I don't know, it's still better than Cloner Prime, which is good. We're still going to be expanding here. But we do know that there's some absolute monsters out there. Iconia with 151 we will need to contend with. The Terrans are losing that culture battle. They need to deal with the Yor before long, before they get actually exterminated. Iconia is being captured, and I'm going to say they're being captured by the Archeans, who are absolutely mass invading. So the Archeans are going to have an absolutely enormous swath of territory, but hopefully their culture won't be nearly as formidable as the Iconians. And if we have a look at Iconia, New Iconia, 67, we're still better than them. And on the prestige track, Iconian Refuge are leading, but I think fairly soon, seeing as they are going to be out of the game, it's going to be all Archaea. So we're going to be having to, we're going to have to try to stop them from running away with the game. Also, the corporate sector are getting destroyed at the same time. We're about to see them exit the game. So it might be worth it to go to the corporate sector and do a bit of trading. If we go to do a trading, we don't want to do that, any of this stuff. But we would give them, let's say, all of our technologies and try to get all of their technology. We get beam capacitation, disruptor beams, foil acceleration, which I don't mind, and warp theory. We'll just give them everything, and maybe, who knows, maybe this is going to actually help keep them in the game. Just give them everything. I'm pretty sure they're about to be destroyed anyway. I will accept this. I should have actually looked to see what other resources they had. And I think also likely about to go out is the Archeans. I have a trade proposal for you. I'm going to give you all of this technology, all of it. What I want from you, battleship doctrines, orbital repairs, vampire modules are fun. I'll take vampire modules. Not interested in those. What I would like is, fortunate that you don't have any Durantium. Could take all of your cash, 920 cash. Or, give me advanced composites, an expiration treaty, take the research treaty, free trade agreement, get persuaded. That'll do. We give them all of our technologies, everything, for bunch of stuff. Battleships would be very nice. If we could crank out some battleships, that'd be pretty spicy. All right, let's go ahead and accept that, and done. And let's actually hope that these guys do get kicked out of the game, that they don't actually give technologies to anybody else. And I hope that doesn't blow up in my face. But here we are. So in the next episode, what we'll do, we'll probably try to get out some battleships. Maybe those battleships will see us through. We'll have to wait and see what the Luxar would like to do. But still, thank you all very much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And we will see you in the next episode. Bye!